One of the questions that I get often as of late is, when is someone going to be called up? And usually it's Rustin Ishikov or Samuel Bolduc. Well, let's talk about it. When can a call up happen and who's ready? Hit that subscribe button. Do not miss a video. We're up to 920 subscribers. I love each and every one of you. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm praying here, but like the love is there. So if you're not one of those 928, please hit the button and become 929 or 930 or all the way up to 1,000 plus. Please, please, please. One of the questions I'm getting a lot recently is, when is X player from the Bridgeport Islanders going to be called up? Usually it's Rustin Ishikov or Samuel Bolduc or Aturatu or even William Defoe. When are they going to get called up, Mitch? And well, let's just look at that. Let's talk about when a call-up could happen, why a call-up would happen, and who's ready. Well, the first thing is, when is a call-up going to happen? No time soon, right? Like, that's the easy answer. It's not going to happen anytime soon. The Islanders are good, are pretty damn good. We'd like to see more out of them in the first and second period. But third period is #elite, and they're putting up points on the board. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Islanders aren't broke right now. So there's no reason to just call up someone and say like, hey, time for you to play. Well, why? Right? So that doesn't work. So the only time a call-up is seemingly going to happen is when an injury happens. Let's break down the readiness of the pipeline based off position. How about that? We'll start with the wing, we'll go to center, we'll go to D, and then goalie real quick. On the wing, who's the first name they call up? It's probably going to be Simon Holmstrom. If there's an injury to the top 9, let's say on the wing. If it's someone on the fourth line, they're probably going to call up Andy Andreoff or Cole Barger or one of those guys. If it's on the wing, Simon Holmstrom's probably the first name. Now, you might be saying, why not Rustin? He's got 10 more points in 10 games than Simon Holmstrom does. And you're not wrong. The only issue there for Ishikov is sample size. That's it. Because he's smaller, he needs to show he can do this over a larger sample size. Can he keep up scoring 0.8 to the 1.4 he's doing now over 20 plus games? Once it's the 20 game plateau and he's at this production rate, then maybe he leaves Frog Simon Holmstrom. But as it stands now, Simon Holmstrom's the number 1 name on the list just because of sample size. He's been around forever. They're used to him. They know what he's going to give them. They're comfortable with him. That matters, even though he's scoring 10 fewer points than Rustin is at this point. All right, well, what about down the middle for center position? Who do they call up? Is it Aturatu? No. They're going to wait a while before bringing up Aturatu. He's not even 20 years old. He turns 20 in, I don't know, like 5 days. Literally in 5 days. November 14th is his birthday. So they're not going to call him just yet. They're going to give him time to settle in, get into a groove, and just get comfortable with the position. So they're not calling him up even if there's an injury down the middle, which then leaves someone like Andy Andreoff or Otto Koivulas to step in. And maybe they don't quite like Otto Koivula playing down the middle at the NHL level. They can bring him up and put someone else there like a Zach Parise type of thing. But it's not going to be Aturatu. He's not even putting up the production to warrant a call-up. So it's going to be a bit before they even think about doing so. On the blue line from left to right, it really comes down to Samuel Bolduc on the left and Grant Hutton on the right. Mind you, Grant Hutton is injured. It comes back to like the whole Simon Holmstrom argument. They're comfortable with what Grant Hutton provides. They know what he gives them. So if there's an injury on the right and he's healthy, he's up. Otherwise, it's probably going to be like Paul Ledoux or something. On the left, it's Bolduc. But even then, if there's an injury on the left-hand side, they've already got 2 guys up at the NHL level who can take that spot. They're not going to call up Samuel Bolduc and be the number 7 guy to just sit around and do nothing. They're just not going to do that. For Bolduc, it's almost like an Ishikov thing. While obviously it's not size, we're not worried about his 6'4", 230-pound frame. It's sample size, right? We can't forget what happened last year. 7 points, 57 games. People aren't going to forget about that within the organization like that. It's going to take more than 10 games and the production he's putting up now for the Islanders organization to be like, oh yeah, we remember, we forgot what happened last year. It's going to take a little bit longer. Of course, they know the greater context of what plagued Samuel Bolduc last year, but they still want to see him sustain what he's done right now over a longer sample than just 10 games. In net, final one here. Are they going to call up Jakub Skarek? No. I really don't think so. He's been shaky this year. He needs more game time. We saw shaky at the end of last year. So he needs more game time. And so if they're going to call someone up, it's going to be Corey Schneider. And he's just going to sit on the bench. They're not going to use him, which they wouldn't do it for Jakub Skarek anyways. So might as well have him play and get more and more reps in to get him maybe to a point where he can be an NHL backup. So that's when a call-up might happen and who might come up in each position. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that button. What are you waiting for? And if you have already and are just about to do so because I nagged the heck out of you, thank you, thank you, thank you.